Hello and welcome to EUMETSAT. Today we're reporting from ESOC, the European Space Agency Space Operations Center in Darmstadt, Germany, on the launch of MetOp-A, Europe's first polar orbiting satellite and a mission dedicated to improving weather forecasts and monitoring the Earth's climate.
MetOp-A is the first in a series of 3 satellites jointly developed by ESA and EUMETSAT, the European Organization for the Exploitation of Meteorological Satellites, and forms the space segment of EUMETSAT's polar system. The successful cooperation between ESA and EUMETSAT has paved the way for similar cooperation in the future.
We have other interesting projects and programs upcoming. One of them is the GMES program, which is Global Monitoring for Environment and Security, where METOP and the other EUMETSAT satellites will form an important contribution to the system, but where we also plan to cooperate with EUMETSAT in its capability as European operational satellite organizations for meteorology, and in future hopefully also in other areas like oceanography.
MetOp-A represents the European contribution to a new cooperative venture with NOAA, the United States' National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which for the last 40 years has been delivering meteorological data from polar orbit to users worldwide. MetOp-A will replace one of 2 satellite services currently operated by NOAA and will assume responsibility for the morning orbit while NOAA will maintain the afternoon orbit.
This is a very exciting day. We branch out now from geostationary cooperation to polar orbit cooperation between the U.S. and Europe. We've had many excellent examples where we've helped each other out, but now with Europe assuming the morning orbit, we truly have an international polar orbiting system that is operationally serving the world. We hope to take the example of U.S. and Europe and expand it to other space agencies in other countries, and this day is an exciting step in that direction.
Designed to work in conjunction with the NOAA satellite system, MetOp-A is armed with a set of new generation European instruments and a set of heritage instruments supplied by NOAA, which will ensure continuity across the weather series and give scientists a uniform set of measurements.
The METOP mission will provide us with a very rich source of really advanced instruments, which will help us a lot in improving our forecasts of the atmosphere and of the ocean. And in addition, the sustained observations will enable us to see the atmosphere in much more detail than we've seen before, and therefore drive the science forward.
We spoke with EUMETSAT's Director of Operations, Michael Rattenberg, about the benefits MetOp-A will offer citizens of the world.
Well, METOP is part of a global system, so it will benefit citizens not just in Europe, but throughout the world. It will provide us with the capability to monitor the atmosphere with a much higher accuracy than is possible now. We will be able to see temperature, humidity, trace gases, ozone, sea surfaces with an accuracy which has not been achievable with the satellites launched up to now.
After a series of postponements, MetOp-A was launched today on board a Russian Soyuz launcher from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. ESOC is providing mission control services during the launch and early orbit phase period and is then scheduled to hand over routine control to EUMETSAT. Prior to today's launch, we spoke with John Dodsworth, Flight Director for MetOp-A, about what to expect during the critical period just after launch.
Well, what we'll see immediately after the launch is we'll see the spacecraft pass over Esrange in northern Sweden and hopefully over Svalbard, so we'll get some indication that the spacecraft is fine. The launcher, in fact, takes over an hour before it releases the spacecraft into its correct orbit. When that happens, then there's an automatic sequence on board which deploys the solar array, which of course is the most critical part of the operation. But once this is out and we have solar power, then we have time to relax and make sure everything functions.
The 3 METOP satellites will be launched 5 years apart to ensure the delivery of continuous high-quality data until at least 2020. For the European Space Agency, I'm Tammy Oakes reporting from ESOC. For more news and information on the World Wide Web, access www.esa.int. Thank you for watching.